There I am. Hold on. I'm getting you. I'm getting you. All right. You say something?
Say something.
There we go. You should be able to hear us now.
It's
Let
live
us know if
television,
you
folks.
can.
I don't know what to tell you.
We're live, pal. One of the greatest things in the world. Sid just looking at him going, can we just do that again? We're live, pal. Goldberg! All I can think of Sid standing on top of that crushed car, just old Donkey Kong in it. Just anyway, all right. So what I was saying, we'll go ahead and back it up to the start here. He, she's, theys, and all those who slay. This is the final stop for SummerSlam, and in tonight's main event, we've got more predictions than Cody has pyro. Joke, joke, joke.
It's a lot of pyro. It's a lot of predictions.
Welcome to Kicking Out 2. Sorry about the technical difficulty. I am Michael. Tagging with me, as always, tonight is the mind behind 90% of our smartest takes or smartest remarks. This is Tori.
And as I said before, when you couldn't hear me, that's fair.
Yep. We're not playing the news theme again. It's already on. It's fine. Wrestlers in Hollywood. Happy Gilmore 2 officially went on Netflix. We are not going to give any spoilers on this, so we are.
I will just say it's hilarious, and I laughed so much.
It was really, really good. The cameos throughout it, the jokes about the previous movie, here's the thing, it was a cash grab. It was blatant fan service, but it was hilarious. It was a great movie. MJF and his role as one of the brothers was great. Becky playing a millennial golfer was great. I found out Nikki Bella was in it too. Wasn't widely stated she was actually in there as well. She was just one of the random golfers.
Seriously?
Yeah. So wasn't widely said. But it's from everything I'm seeing, it's done very well. MJF, Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella all appeared in the film. Adam Sandler and Julie Bowen praised MJF and his dedication, both to the filming and to wrestling, because he actually left mid-filming to wrestle a match. And his statement to them was, well, I'm going to win. It's okay. And then immediately came back. Happy Tuesday, Big Mike. Welcome to the chat, sir. Becky filmed her scene, during her WWE hiatus. What we did not know about it, apparently Cody Rhodes was almost in it too. Cody was asked to read for the role, but apparently had scheduling conflicts. The role, as I'm seeing it, might have been as one of the brothers as well. So maybe we would have had a Cody.
He's too old. That wouldn't have worked.
I don't know.
He's too old. That wouldn't have worked for that.
But it was really.
What would have been funny if they said he had been the caddy from the first one and just played off of that joke. That would have been funny.
Him instead of because that was an actual golfer, an actual.
Yes, that's an actual. Because I looked it up. I'm like, there's no way they went and got that same fucking kid.
because that would have been hilarious if that was the case.
Yes.
No, you got a good point. That could have been the kid. Like that would have made sense.
That would have been hilarious if they did it too.
Or maybe he would have just showed up in full like Stardust and been like a gimmick for the special golfing.
Would have been so good.
Or whatever he did. Sorry for those that were wearing headphones. My apologies. It seems like every week we talk about the same thing, which is contract issues. So, TNA contracts up on Myron Reed is currently working without a deal over in TNA. So the Rascals. He was part of the Rascals, replacing Trey Miguel.
He filled in for the ladder match.
Yeah. So he's working currently without a deal. He just kind of filled in for that. But he has appeared on the roster page. So it looks like he is working there as a free agent or a freelancer. Previously, he returned to MLW back in 2024. So maybe he'll get signed. Maybe he's just there to kind of fill in for the moment. But
I don't really know who he is outside of I know that he filled in for that ladder match.
Yeah.
Did I missed him somewhere, or
it was in MLW, and I know you're like me. We don't really watch that currently. Trying to get into all the stuff like Stampede, but God, I only got so many hours in the day. I don't know how you do it, man. Killer Kelly's maternity
and you're
leave.
like Keith Slater. You got kids, so
Killer Kelly's maternity leave and extended contract are in the news as well.
who?
Killer Kelly.
Okay.
Earlier rumors in the spring about her being gone. She was under contract through August of 2025. Now they've extended it through December of 2025 after her maternity leave. No word on if there is an extension after that point. Karrion Kross still claims he has not signed a new WWE deal. I would be really surprised if he hasn't. But
if he has, he might win at SummerSlam. If he hasn't, I guarantee he loses.
Yeah.
How is Bayley not on this card?
They're cooking something there. There's no way you put her on TV with that interview without something. She's showing up at SummerSlam. And I would not be surprised if it wasn't to beat down one of those two ladies. Whichever one wins, probably. But he's got new merch. Talking about Karrion Kross, he's got new merch. He's been on TV. So obviously something's up. I mean, there's not really much of a chance that he hasn't signed and they're putting this much behind him already. Unless that's them enticing him. And then another topic that unfortunately seems to keep coming by is casualties and injuries. Gabe Kidd is out of the New Japan G1 because he hyperextended his knee. They originally thought it might have been a torn MCL, but we did find out it isn't. So good for that. Means a little less time on the shelf. Jay White dealing with more than just a hand injury. His injury occurred when he was against Kevin Knight. He's also dealing with a shoulder issue as well, though, which surgery may be on the table for that. Unfortunately, it seems like the Bang Bang Gang is just plagued by bad luck, with Juice just returning, and then Colton just recently had a setback as well. That would be nice. I like that, Mike. I like it.
I do like it. I don't know. I feel like Bayley deserves better.
I think she does too, but that's not a bad call for her to go. You know what?
It's not.
You got there because of this, so now I'm gonna use your own tactic against you. But so yeah, Juice just returned. Colton Gunn, he was in an AEW tag eliminator tourney, and
now it was the $100,000 match.
Oh, that's right. He was supposed to be in the tournament. That's right.
Yeah. What did he do?
So there's no real word on what happened. There's just a setback. There hasn't been any word on what the injury actually is, but like he took a bad spill.
He went up for something, and when he landed, he immediately grabbed his knee and rolled outside.
Yeah.
And told Colton he was done.
So It's really unfortunate. Another unfortunate thing is we have this wonderful tag team match that's supposed to happen at SummerSlam, and one of the participants is stuck. Drew is stuck in the UK.
Do we know why?
He couldn't use his British passport to return to the US. He had lost his US resident passport. And so he's got to get that resolved to be able to get back. WWE is frustrated, but they are confident that they can get the issue resolved. It does look like either work in the angle, or they're already trying to play a little bit of hopefully this doesn't, hopefully we don't have to do this, but here's a plan B. Miz has already gone on TikTok and did a video of, if he can't show up, I've got nothing to do at SummerSlam, and I have history. So
he has history with Logan Paul, not.
Yeah, that could make it fun though. But it gives a reason for him to be in the match. At least it's not just like a, some random dude.
It's not a Rampage special.
And no, all of a sudden Carmelo Hayes is his tag team partner. What the fuck? Not that I wouldn't love to see Carmelo in that spot.
I wouldn't hate the Carmelo part actually, because then Carmelo's on SummerSlam, and I feel like he's kind of earned it. He's done so much better.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Everything is being said though to Fightful. That's where we get all our news. That this is not a work. This is a real travel issue. So he is actually stuck over in the UK, hoping to get him back in time for SummerSlam,
which is this weekend.
Yeah. Peter Dune would be great, but I don't know where he is. I've heard he might be injured. I don't know. English Earl Grey though showed up on Monday Night Raw. We can get into that later. There have been some tryouts and some rumors as well. Layla Hirsch was getting a WWE tryout as a referee. Before you say that, because I had the same reaction, but there was a news story today that did flat out say she actually pitched the idea of even coming in as a referee. So it was also her idea. Butch Americano, I'm good with that one. That's not bad. But yeah, so a lot of people did throw massive shade on Twitter and on social media because of Layla Hirsch, which was, a very talented AEW wrestler coming in just as a referee. But apparently it is something she initiated. She was willing to do a tryout to come in basically as anything. She wanted to come over, and even if it's as a referee, seeing that referees can also be involved in things, seeing like Jessica Carr is now on Evolve, or supposedly on Evolve as Calix. She's just wanting to kind of get her foot back in the WWE door.
I get that. First of all, she's like 4'8". I don't see how this.
She's only 2 inches taller than Jordan Grace. Gotcha.
Barely.
I would rather be the referee.
Do this, but I don't see how. Who's Ben Bishop? Who's facing Jonathan Gresham at Bloodsport? I guess I missed that.
Ben Bishop, wasn't he the guy that was with Enzo at that 6-man tag? Remember correctly?
Oh, at TNA.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. If she requested it, cool. But I just hate it because I'm a big Layla fan. Like, she's an amazing person. Mm-hmm. We had her on a Heels call. I loved her. I just feel like she deserves more. But if it's what she wanted to do, okay.
Well, if it's what she wants to do and it's what they have, like if they don't have a spot for her right now as a wrestler, but they have a spot that they could put her in as a referee, sure, why not? It gets her in the door, and you can always go to that again at some point.
Yeah.
Thank you to Stampede and Big Mike. They already kind of finished out the the indie tryouts that I was about to talk about. Anita Vaughn.
God, let us do our jobs. Dang.
And yes, Lyra's fiance as well. One of the big topics that keeps coming back into the story is Alberto Del Rio. Again, WWE status has been unchanged. He lost his match at Triple H that wrote him off the company, so he's actually kind of been off of Triple H as well. WWE is still adamant that they have zero interest, and haven't since his last run. Quoting that,
and those of us that aren't fans of pieces of shit don't have any interest in him either.
That's right. That's mother to you.
Not to be confused with Mother Wayne. But go ahead.
No, ma'am. WWE actively, though, worked to get the AAA mega title off of him to begin with. They were citing issues with, obviously, his person, as well as just he is kind of injury prone as well. So with him having both those issues, being 48, just on the cusp of 50, they just don't see any reason to bring him in or anything at all. So definitely. ROH future is still a little murky. They have been talking about TV deals. But there was a deal that led to True TV airing AEW Dynamite replays that was originally supposed to be for ROH. So the talks with ROH failed on that. So they pivoted to using AEW product instead, and they bid on that. So there are rumors still of an AEW Shockwave, where just internal pitches, not like real plans, would be kind of the idea. So not full-fledged stories, but just like here's some ideas that we kind of want to throw around, almost like a developmental area, which you would think that would be a gold mine for ROH. Have that be your developmental area. But what do I know? I don't have $1 billion. All right. Before we get to the 3 count, let's go ahead and do a quick sponsor ad.
Kicking out at 2 intern Ace Finley here. And before Michael and Tori hit the ropes and dive into the latest in the world of wrestling, let's tag in one of our show's partners, W Energy. If you're looking to fuel your grind, whether it's late night booking sessions, streaming, or just surviving Monday, W Energy's got your back. No crash, no jitters, just clean focus. Use code KICKINOUT, all one word, at checkout to get 10% off your order. Now let's get back to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Got my W Energy right here. Been drinking it every time we're on the show. It's good stuff. I'm actually getting a second starter pack for you. So when I see you Saturday, I'll give that to you. As long as it's here. Hopefully. I still have some samples for you, though, that you can try out. It just doesn't have a fancy shaker, but I got you a fancy shaker this time. Hopefully that's here soon. Yeah, I know. We're fancy up in here. All right. Time for the 3 count. I want to record my own thing, like 3 count from WCW.
Please don't.
All right.
That gimmick was so bad.
It was only bad once Tank Abbott became a part of it.
No, it was bad from the beginning.
I want to go ahead and start with...
it gave us Sugar Shane Helms, but still.
I do want to give you the floor first this go round.
Okay.
Hey, Jillian. Welcome in, welcome in. Always good to see your face.
Jillian.
As small as it is on my screen, but always good to see your face. You wanted to talk about, first of all, the women's 8-person tag match that happened on Raw.
Okay, so to be fair, I told him I wanted to talk about this before I even watched the match. It was just starting, and I'm like, this is one of my 3. I don't know that they've had a better showcase of 4 different... There was like 4 storylines happening here all at once.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
and it was fantastic.
Can I interject on that point?
Yes.
Because that's all I saw today was talking about people going, look at all this. Like, you have a bunch of people here and there's no story. All the stories were in there. Like, literally everybody had a story there.
I'm sorry. There's no story?
Apparently not.
This whole thing was amazing. These women killed it. They went out there and worked for a good little bit. I don't know how long the match was. Stampede can fill us in on that.
What was your rating on it? Well, I'll read it, sir.
I was just like, the video you sent me of Rhea and Io and Stephanie reacting to Piper dropping the elbow on Nikki.
Which, first of all, that elbow was
nice.
Damn pretty. Because
Yes.
she did like it was a mid-rope springboard into just a falling elbow.
Stepped through onto that bottom rope,
And
which
then
I've seen a ton of people do, and use that for a springboard for that elbow.
Mhm.
And it was so nice. But the more of this I watched, the more I was just like, this is so good. Yeah. Wow, there wasn't there?
Holy hell, yeah.
Because Io, Stephanie, Rhea, Piper,
Alba.
aren't Alba and Piper
Are they both Australian? I thought Alba was
Scottish?
Scottish. No, Alba is Scottish. That's right.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%. That's exactly what it was, too. Like, they were believable. It was a believable fight start to finish, and I enjoyed the shit out of this match. Like I said, there's a video of the reaction of the three on the outside when Piper hit that elbow on Nikki. Nikki looked good.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about Nikki looking good. Her in-ring looked really good.
Yeah, we do like to, poke haha fun because the Bellas haven't been known to be the greatest. But considering she hasn't been in the ring in forever on a constant basis.
Regular basis.
Yeah. She looked really good. Like,
yeah.
thanks, Stampede. It was 14 minutes, 38 seconds.
That's amazing. You gave it a 6.5? Why? Now that I'm curious about, because I would have given a little bit higher.
I'll be honest though, I was scared when the heels had already made their way in, the faces were coming in, and like I got flashbacks and hives of like Divas era, of where you just put a bunch of women in the ring together.
That's fair.
To hurry up and get it off the screen. But then yeah, as the match started going, you could see like, no, we're doing this to show what can happen. And it gave me hope of things like the first thing I sent with you is like, give me Piper and Rhea right now. Get Piper out of that suit and give me Piper heel going against Rhea. Oh, I want to see it.
Get Piper out of that suit because those suits are stupid.
Well, they've got to get their shift at Olive Garden when they're done tonight.
Chelsea, Naomi, North America, of course, South America, Australia, or Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's because Big Mike is smarter than both of us.
That's why we keep him around. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I'm a big fan of how they did it. Like I said, there was so much happening here, but it made it entertaining.
Yeah. It was such a good
match. These ladies went out and killed it, and I could not have been happier about it. It was just, I just really enjoyed the match a lot.
And just some of the fun spots, like Nikki and Io doing the Io spot to get then clotheslined by Piper, who then does the Io
spot.
So good.
I think part of it was, for me, especially after going through it, it was fun to see Nikki having a good time.
Yeah.
Because her last little bit of her Divas run wasn't really fun.
Well, that, and you were like the tail end of that, I think, is when they were doing the whole like they finally decided to put the twins against each other, which was a horrible storyline. With
terrible.
I should have killed you in the womb. What the fuck? What are we saying?
That's not PG.
You would strangle her with the umbilical cord? What the hell?
Yeah. What she said. She said hands in mama's belly. Hands. I just, like I said, I just enjoyed the hell out of it, start to finish. That elbow was, yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That elbow was stiff, and we all enjoyed the hell out of it.
It looked good as hell. I was down for that. Your number 2, you want to talk about Bowens going against Max.
Okay. I'd heard about it. I'd seen some stuff on like Twitter about it because I just watched Collision today. Like I just had the chance to catch up with Collision. I really hope we just got the double turn and we make Bowens the bad guy. Because if we do that, I'm so much more interested in this match.
Mm-hmm.
He almost jumped Billy.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if we did that thing where we were going to do a thing and then we had to turn around and do the other thing, because I'm not going to say that word. I don't say it. Pivot. We pivoted.
Telling you.
I wonder if we did, though. I wonder if we had to pivot, because, like, I get it. You look between the two, and you got Max, who's annoying, and he's coming out there with the award, and he's best wrestler in the world.
It's not an award. It's a U.S. patent thing.
Well, yeah. But, so he comes out there with that. He's trying to do this obnoxious chant. But the fans start getting into it.
The fans have started cheering along, and he's trying to be like, you're not doing it right. Yeah. Your energy's not high enough. Obviously, they're getting into this. So we need to change something. So they started doing all of that with Bowens, and Billy wasn't there. And I need to talk to you. And then Billy shows up. And then after the match, he starts beating down Max, and Billy throws him off.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times that we've talked about their camera angles. Had we gotten that shot of him standing up behind Billy like everybody else does, like they've done several times in WWE, that shot would have been so much better. Yes.
Like the Keith
Billy lives outside Chicago, so
the Keith Lee spot of just like
Yeah.
Like
literally. I was really surprised, but at the same time, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, because like as much as like I like Bowens, I do, but I do have to admit to me it's a great comparison because of who he's with. He reminds me of Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn was a great athlete, but when he wasn't with Road Dogg, there wasn't really anything there. Still just a great guy in the ring, but there wasn't much to his character. And so we had this 5-tool player thing, but there was nothing to it.
But I feel like Bowens has a little more marketability than Billy had. But if the fans are reacting to it and you can do it, pull the double turn.
Yeah, why not?
If you can get it. Like, but the whole thing was really well done. It was good, start to finish. When it initially happened, I was surprised that Bowens came out. Because again, I needed something had happened with him. I hadn't seen it all, though. Yes, it will.
Yeah.
That pop's going to be crazy. That's going to be like a...
like 1, 2, 3 Kid or Barry Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
When he finally won a match.
I hopped out of my chair when that happened. I'm just saying, because I was watching when that happened.
When the Kid beat Razor.
Yeah.
We all did the same thing. When Max finally wins one of those challenges, and I hope it's over Bowens. If you're going to do this and you're going to double turn them, have Bowens answer the challenge again next week, let Max win, and then have Bowens just beat him to the back and, like, just monkey stomp him.
Yeah. I'm with you.
So
Absolutely.
But yeah, I just enjoyed it. It was, excuse me. I just enjoyed the hell out of the show, the match with them, what they're doing, which is crazy. We're how many months later and we're still doing this?
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I thought we'd kind of finished this story already because Bowens and him had a match, and I thought we already
Right.
kind of put it to bed of like, all right, well, he's gonna go do his thing, he's gonna do his thing. But him coming out for one of these challenges was a big surprise.
Right.
But I do kind of like the fact that like the chance almost incited him even more of like, I'm supposed to be the guy here.
Oh shit! It was just earlier this year. It's only been 7 months.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
Okay, I guess I had thought it'd been longer than that. But either
It
way,
just feels like longer.
it really does.
Your third one, you want to talk about the pipe bomb echoes, CM Punk and Gunther kind of having their face to face.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. I fast forwarded through their promo on from Monday, because I don't care.
Okay.
There is nothing about this match that I'm in any way, shape, or form excited about.
This is
I
not
don't
where
care.
where I thought you were going with this. So now I'm intrigued. Go ahead.
And I don't know if it's Gunther. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I don't give a fuck about this match.
All right.
I just, hey
Hey,
Isaiah, I just don't care. And I don't, Punk's not winning. He's not winning the title. They're not putting the title on Punk. I don't even for a minute think that's going to happen, which makes me care about this match even less. If I thought Punk was winning, cool. This is not the feud for him.
I will
This is
say
not the feud.
if Punk is winning, it's to get him and Seth.
But if Seth is out and we don't know how long, and they basically inferred last night that Braun is in charge now.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope it's not the main event. I just am very. I just really don't care about this, and there's nothing about it that makes me excited for this match.
I hear you. Okay. I will say, so the back and forth last night was, I would say, go back and watch some clips of it. I'm not going to say it's going to get you interested in the match, but I do think it was a pretty decent promo between the two. Because it was Punk shutting Gunther down. Because Gunther was trying to tell him to I'm tired of your talking, and finally at some point Punk like puts his hand over his mic while he's talking, and was like, I was not done, and then continued his stuff. So I mean, it was a decent little promo. As far as the match itself, though, I agree with you. I'm not as invested in this match because I don't think we were meant to be here. I think this was a fill-in for something that was supposed to happen.
And I guess that's kind of my thing is there's nothing about this match that makes it interesting.
Yeah.
It's just not. And I think that's kind of where I'm struggling with giving a shit about this. Because
Yep, it was. That's a good point, Big Mike. We were actually just talking about Unreal before we started talking today. Since we already went past, I'll tell you what he said. He said, if you believe the Unreal storyboard, this was the original match, WrestleMania match, before it was Jey Uso. It was supposed to be Punk and Gunther. But yeah, it was supposed to be, according to what they were originally planning on. If that showed sweet.
I don't know. It just my and honestly, I find myself watching WWE with the struggle of I don't care. Like Roman, does anybody actually think Roman and Jay are losing this match?
That's a good point.
My biggest problem with SummerSlam is there's so much predictability.
Yeah.
Cody's not winning the title back. Seth's not winning the title.
Yeah.
Depending on what they do with Lyra and Becky, possibly putting the title back on Lyra. Charlotte and Alexa are not winning the tag titles. Like, is there any match in this show that fucking matters? You made 2 nights of SummerSlam, and there's not a match here that anybody actually think is up for grabs.
There's a couple I think that could be.
Okay.
I think the women's tag. I think that depending on how much they want to put behind Charlotte and Alexa, because that's one of those things. So it like to refer back to the Unreal thing when they were talking about Jay. Like sometimes things just hit, and when they hit, you got to go. And for some reason, people love this odd couple.
Fair.
And I don't know, like, because we're getting
"We
want Charlotte" chants, and we haven't heard that, I don't think, ever.
Right. And I get that part. I just literally, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. I'll watch SummerSlam because it's on.
Yeah.
If I miss something,
You better watch night 1. I'll be over there.
well, yeah, you'll be here. So we'll watch it and that'll make it fun because you're here. But am I excited about it? No.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, the thing I will say about WWE lately is that, yeah, a lot of their stuff has been predictable, but they've proven that things can be predictable, and then when you're watching it, still be fun. Because their matches have been good. So maybe it'll still be a fun night because they put on a good show, despite it being very predictable. That's kind of my hope. But we'll see. All right. For my 3 count, first one is I got to throw some AEW on here because I didn't give a flying crap about any of this Death Rider stuff anymore. And then Hangman pulls me back in because they go out there on, I think it was Collision, and they choke Colt Cabana.
That was 2 weeks ago. It was a week ago Collision.
Week ago Collision. And so then he decides he's going to challenge Yuta and beats the living shit out that boy. And almost does the same choke to him.
Yeah,
right?
you're good.
I'm gonna start doing a pre-show for us, and it's just gonna be like I start the stream when I go to work, and we'll start streaming when I get back. We'll just like play clips in the background. That's all it's gonna. I'll put my iPad up here in the corner, and have it just play old episodes for 6 hours. Jesus Christ. But so
I said it on Twitter. We are doing a 3-hour pre-show with no wrestling on it. What?
Yeah.
What?
That's the thing. Like, so there was that time period where we didn't have any pre-shows. And we all said we need pre-shows back. And then they gave us an hour of talking about what's going to happen for the next 4 hours. And we went, no, we want more. And apparently when they heard we want more pre-show, it was we want more floating heads talking about the shit that's about to happen for the next 4 hours. No, I don't need 3 hours of them talking about what's going to happen for the next 3 hours. That's not entertaining to me. Of course I know what's going on. I don't need 7 different video packages of why all of a sudden Jay and Roman are facing against Braun and Bronson. I don't need that. One video package before the actual match, like they used to do back in the day, to me that would suffice. Because it used to be that way. They'd announce, all right, well, the next match is going to be this, and then they showed a small little, like, 1.5-minute video package of here's how we got here. a little previously on. But yeah, give us some matches during the pre-shows. That's where you get to have the fun stuff, like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and Mae Young Battle Royal or whatever. Like, give us some stuff.
In the 3 hours they're doing this, you could have the entire Mae Young tournament. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is where we are.
And this year's WrestleMania pre-show is the King of the Ring. The whole thing. The entire
We might as well. Between night 1 and night 2 of WrestleMania's pre-shows, which I think were 5 hours, you could have literally featured everyone on the roster that's healthy.
Everybody gets a payday.
I don't care if you have Rampage specials up the ass. You still could have literally featured everyone on that roster.
It's just everybody in line at catering, and one person from the back pushes the person in front of them, which pushes the next person,
Domino effect.
And all of a sudden we've got a battle royal. Let's do it.
Think of the casuals. Okay, look. You know what? I'll give you an hour of them talking. Cool.
Yeah.
Throw in a fucking match.
Well, no, and that's like I know he says that in jest because I know he feels very similar to the way we dealt on that.
I know.
But like to me, that was the great thing about the pre-show is that you had like 30 minutes in that hour of them talking about like what's coming up and what we're about to see, and then we'd have a match to kind of break the interlude and break the talking a little bit, and then you'd have a little bit more, like just like after every few things that you taught the casuals, do a match, just a quick little thing. They'll do a speed match. I don't care. Just do something.
All In had a 2-hour pre-show. The first hour was about the show. The second hour was all wrestling.
Yeah.
Why not? Why is this not a thing?
Yeah. I don't disagree. So anyway, back to my first count. We went off a tangent there. Page nearly hanged Yuta with the chain, but stopped. Not out of mercy, but just to make a statement that the Death Riders don't care enough to save you because no one came to help Yuta. So, crowd started chanting, "He deserves it," which is, woo. I don't know. I don't remember the reason. Like, I wasn't as much into the minutia back then when they got rid of him.
Yes, there were matches on the pre-show that I'm like, I don't care about. But how many more things are there that you can put on a pre-show that they've moved to SmackDown that makes it feel a lot less important? That's where my problem comes in.
Yeah.
Especially on these 2 nights. You have so much time. Run some of your NXT people out there.
Yeah.
Give them that exposure to get people watching NXT. Drag some of Evolve out there. Bring some TNA over. Like, you have so much opportunity.
Yeah. From AAA. All right, my number 2.
That's fair.
Just because I love this comparison. I said it once, and I will hang my hat on this forever. We have a new SmackDown 6. Back in the day, we had a handful of people, Edge, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, and that other guy. And they were the 6 that we built SmackDown's singles division, mid-card division, main card division, tag team division. Everything was wrapped around these people. And I feel like lately SmackDown has been revolving around these 6 teams: the Wyatt 6, Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Fraxium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. And as much as I have heartburn about the last one, still, it's been like these 6 have been the people that have been holding up the show.
I'm pretty sure you could get through all 3 Lord of the Rings, too.
A lot of walking. And a lot of walking. Sorry. I'm just thinking about walking in Lord of the Rings. And name's Gollum. Stab in the face with a soldering iron. But anyway, it seems to be that pay-per-view after pay-per-view, we're having the same conversation of we have this great tag team match that we're going to have, and we're building up to this amazing tag team match. Surely it's going to be on the card. No, not quite. We're going to have it on the SmackDown before. Finally, though, the guys have made it to the show. We're going to have a TLC match, which has been the first TLC match on a PLE since 2020. And the first at SummerSlam since 2009. So they are making an unprecedented thing happen. And it's going to be an amazing match. And I don't know where you put that one, looking at the card lineup. Because if you open the show with it, I don't think the rest of the show can follow up. If you put it in the middle of the match, where's your pee break? But
this match is going to be so good. This match is going to be so good.
Yeah.
If they actually let them out there and they let them go out and absolutely just do what these teams can do, this may be one of the best TLC matches ever.
Yeah.
And they have gotten dicked around a lot.
Yeah.
For a tag team division.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like they already went out there and practically killed themselves on a SmackDown to prove a point. Can you imagine what they're going to do to prove a point on a pay-per-view?
Oh, there's going to be some crazy spots.
Yeah.
Especially with who's in it.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
What's the second one of those? It's still great. I'm all right with it being a train wreck. I mean, that's what the Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes one was. It was just a train wreck, and God, I love that match. But it's going to be great. I can't wait to see it. I'll be intrigued to see where they're going to stick this. To see who has to follow that. I'm looking very much similar to like that Hell in a Cell, where it's like the next match had to be the world title match, and it's like how do you follow that? Like, how can you follow Mick Foley falling off a cage through a table, getting his ass back up off, climbing the cage again? Like, how do you get past that?
I think it was Austin that said he had the next match, and he was like, I'm not following that.
Yeah, it was like
it
Austin
doesn't matter
Kane.
what I do in this match. I'm not. No one's ever going to talk about it. It doesn't matter what I do.
My number 3, and this is I leave this for the last one because I think this might end up with some discussion, is the Jelly Roll Orton, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul match. Has gotten so much discourse online of people saying it should be a different celebrity, people saying there shouldn't be celebrity. It should be like a worker that's in that spot. People hating on Jelly Roll specifically of him being in the match. Regardless, like, I think something that people forget is that this is something that WWE and wrestling in general have hung their hat on for years. Like, this isn't new, because most of the hate that I've been seeing has been pushing it off on like Triple H's booking, WWE's booking, yada, yada, yada. But like, if we just look down the list here, so WrestleMania 1 had Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Piper and Orndorff. Like, that was the first major wrestling event, and we had a celebrity teaming up with a wrestler to face two wrestlers. Exact same situation we're in. WCW Bash of the Beach 98. We had
Rodman.
Yep. Rodman
and Karl Malone.
And Karl Malone were in the match with DDP
You know how
and
crazy
Hogan.
it is that I remember that just by what you said?
Good job. AEW had Shaq, who teamed with Jade Cargill against Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that you could say almost started it all, Andy Kaufman versus Jerry Lawler.
Celebrities. Bigelow, Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah. Celebrities bring eyes to the product.
They do.
And the major thing we say every time we talk about people that hate this or hate that, love this or love that, it's a buffet. If you don't like this part of the buffet, okay, that's fine. Go watch the Gunther Punk match. That may be more your style and more your speed. But this is to bring eyes on the product from outside the company. This is to bring people in. It's the reason Cardi B is a part of WWE. It's a reason why who was the one in NXT? Sexy Red?
Yes.
The reason she's there.
Maria Menounos is 2-0 at WrestleMania.
That's right. That will never get old.
No, it won't.
Isn't she 2-0 at WrestleMania? Yes, absolutely. It's to bring
in. Use my Maria Menounos knowledge.
It's to bring in those casual fans.
See, Grace knows.
That's right.
Okay, let me explain.
Go ahead.
For those that don't go to the movies a lot, at AMC they have a thing called Newbie that plays before the movies, and Maria Menounos hosts it. Well, one of the first times that Grace and I went to the movies, I mentioned that she had been at WrestleMania twice and won both matches. So she's 2-0 at WrestleMania. Well, then we came back sometime later, and I said it again. And Grace was like, yeah, you told me last time. I was like, I couldn't remember if I had or not, because I've told a lot of people this.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just a running joke that anytime we see her, first of all, we make fun of her laugh like Justin Bieber does. And then we talk about her being 2-0 at WrestleMania. So yes, Maria Menounos is a punchline for a completely ridiculous joke every time we see her.
And she's one of the few people who have a WrestleMania streak still. She's obviously better than Taker.
Doesn't Snooki have one?
Yes.
See, you know what I'm talking about, though.
That's right. And now Big Mike's gonna be saying that when he feels gas from now on.
He's gonna talk to
WrestleMania. Just random people at the next gas station. Hey, did you know she's 2-0 at WrestleMania? But anyway, to the point. Yeah, I mean it's something they've been doing for years. Like, I don't know why, because it's Jelly Roll, maybe because of his fitness journey, maybe because of his size, maybe, like, I don't know what the difference is. He did a Boss Man Slam to Logan Paul, which looked decent. Like,
it looked really good.
I don't see why that's a problem, and it's not like he's going to get in there and do. Good night, Lady Alpha. It's not like he's going to go in there and do like a 5-star match. Like, he's not going to do that. That's not his job. He's going to get in there. He's going to do the hits. He's probably going to be the one that gets the heat. They're going to beat him down for a while. Tag in Randy. Randy cleans house, does some RKOs, gives Jelly the last spot of doing a choke slam or whatever. Like, that's what those matches are. And so it's fine. It's not that big a deal. Stop throwing a big hissy fit about it. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and lead over to the main event. The main event this time, just because we are, I say it's the go home to SummerSlam. Obviously, we still have the gaming on Thursday. We don't usually actually talk wrestling during that. We're normally just playing. So I do want to go over just quick. We don't have to go into detail. You don't have to explain why. Of what your prediction is as far as who's going to win at SummerSlam.
Okay.
A roll KO. If here's the thing, I think he needs to do the cannonball in the corner and call it the Jelly Roll. You're missing an opportunity if it doesn't happen.
It writes itself.
So, all right. So night one, we'll go ahead and start with the one we were just talking about. Tag match: Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Randy Orton, Jelly Roll. They're not losing this.
Yeah.
They're not putting him out there. Now, I will say, he looks great. He's lost a ton of weight, but they're not rolling him out there for him to take an L. Logan Paul is eating that pinfall.
I am intrigued, just as a side note, because a lot of the chatter that I'm seeing in news reports and in dirt sheets is saying that this is replacing what was supposed to happen with Travis Scott, because Travis Scott basically got told, you're not going to do anything anymore. They've cut him out.
Because he's... Anyway.
So I am intrigued, though, to know, like, what would they have been doing if we weren't doing this? No, I agree with you. Cross Zane.
Sammy.
I think Cross.
I'm not super confident in that pick, but
Yeah.
I think Sammy wins.
I'm going off the thought of, surely we would not be putting him in this if he didn't have a contract, and he's got to get a win. Like, he has lost every step of the way in this run with Sammy. He's got to get a win. I'm hoping it's the actual win and not just a moral one. Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill.
Tiffany.
I would agree with that. I would like to say Jade.
They're not ready to put a title on Jade yet.
Yeah, I would like to say Jade just because we'd have the Naomi situation if she still had Money in the Bank, but the fact that she cashed it in and went on the other way, yeah, I don't see that happening.
And that's why I say it's Tiffany.
Yeah. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I think you already said who you're thinking for that one.
Roman and Jay.
I'm gonna say if Seth is actually hurt and he doesn't show up at SummerSlam, I think Braun and Bronson get it.
Really?
Because they're really trying to push Braun as like the proto person running this group now. And you got to give him something big. And if he pins Jay or pins Roman,
that's fair. Okay, I can see that.
If he rolls in though, then no, they lose. They lose, and then Seth comes in and wins the title. And possibly the next match, Gunther versus Punk, the one you don't give a shit about.
Gunther. Because you're right, I don't. Not even a little bit.
Night 2. We'll start with the 6-team ladder match.
I think the Profits get it back.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fraxium wins, because their first title win on TV at SummerSlam, that's a big moment.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they won, but I feel like this is... The Street Profits got screwed for a decent amount of time, and I feel like this is their payback type win.
Okay. I could go with that. I think they're the safest bet. I don't think the 6 keep it, and that's just because of the type of match we're doing. You can win that somehow else, and it doesn't hurt.
I mean, they do have the advantage of they have everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Candice and Nikki get involved, and there's some crazy spot with those two. And I think it's going to be a crazy spot for women.
Anyone but the Wyatts. I agree. I think that's why we're doing this type of match, to be honest, because then you can beat the Wyatts, and it's not a hit. It's not a hurt. Plus, they're going to be doing the Halloween thing coming up. So, I mean, we can't tie them up with WWE stuff. They're going to do that. Intercontinental, AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio.
AJ.
You think AJ gets it? Okay.
Yep.
I think Dom keeps it, because I think we're going to keep this like they keep all the belts until Liv comes back.
I think Dom loses and they oust him.
Okay. The women's
we find out Finn and Roxanne set that up.
Women's IC, Becky and Lyra.
I don't know if I can pick a winner, because kind of like we talked about, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities here, based on the match as it is, I think they put the belt back on Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
I just Becky has done a lot to help Lyra in terms of taking those L's. So I feel like them keeping the belt on Becky, or she'll do the favors.
Yeah. I do think Lyra gets it back, but I do think also those be some shenanigans because the story with her and Becky and the story with her and Bayley is all still there. And so I think we still end up with a triple threat somehow. But we have to give Lyra a win to make her credible against the other two.
Yeah. Right now she's not.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. That'd be good too. I'd be okay if they moved on. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu in a steel cage.
Fatu wins the title back.
Okay. I agree with you. I do think though that we'll see a returning Tama Tonga, but I think he's siding with Jacob.
No.
They were like this before he got hurt.
They're not breaking up God.
I mean,
there's no way.
Did they ever really have God together?
Well, but you know what I mean.
Women's World Triple Threat: Naomi versus Rhea versus Io.
I think Naomi keeps. Rhea winning doesn't help Rhea any.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of Rhea with the title. I love Rhea with the title because she can go out there with anybody. But Rhea Stephanie at Paris doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
Io Stephanie would be interesting. Naomi Stephanie will be fantastic. I think Naomi keeps because we know Stephanie is next woman up.
Yeah. I agree with who gets it. The other hitch I see in that is if Io was to win, then it's another Rhea couldn't beat her. And the only
I don't
way
have a problem with that.
And the only way you get away from that though is if Io gets the pin on Naomi, which we're not going to do because Naomi's character is too big right now. Her new character is too good.
If Io wins, I think she beats Rhea, and I don't think we get a full heel turn from Rhea, but I think we get something because she can't get past the fact that she can't beat Io.
I was thinking the other day, I'd like to see her do, and it was because of a face she made. We had Joker Sting for a while. I think
Joker,
like
Rhea.
that type of character where she's just unhinged. I'd be
Rhea
okay
be
with that.
really good at that.
She could even bring out her stuffed two-headed squirrel. Watch the show. She has a whole taxidermy collection that she shows off. Freaking great. All right, and then what I'm assuming is going to be the main event of the entire pay-per-view: Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Cena.
The only way I see Cody coming away with this is if this is finally the turn back. I do not believe the same thing everybody else believes that I've seen, which is that there's going to be a double turn. I don't think we're going to turn Cody yet. I don't think we're there yet. He's still that white meat baby face that is the face of the company. And until Roman's back in prominence or someone else takes that spot, they need him there. So I don't think we're switching him. But if Cena has his crisis during this match, I could see him losing that title. But yeah, I mean, most likely Cena's probably going to walk back away with it.
Yeah, I don't see them taking the title off of Cena.
Yeah, I still don't think we're going to hold it all the way to December, but I just don't think this is the right time. Yeah. All right. Well, that's our predictions. Thanks, Stampede, for putting your predictions in the chat there. Appreciate it.
I have a quick one here.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Collision.
Mhm.
I think it was Collision. AR Fox, and it ended up being in a Helico, had a match against Kip Sabian, and oh my God, Nick Wayne.
Mhm.
At the end of this little conversation, when they set up the match backstage, Fox looks at Mother Wayne and goes, Shayna, says Shayna, and she says, Fox. That was it. That was the whole interaction. But I'm
Oh.
like, wait, what? I know that we have history between Nick Wayne and AR Fox.
Mhm.
I know this. They're both Pacific Northwest guys. I get that. But I was just like, are we starting something here?
Well, we don't know is AR Fox actually Nick Wayne's daddy.
Like, I just was like, oh, okay. Okay.
All right, that'd be that. I'm good with that. It gets him to move on from Christian, and then Christian can finish out his stuff with. Yeah,
I agree.
AR Fox is so good. So like I've been on a thinking about going back and watching Lucha Underground again
Yeah.
because like he was so good there, and
Where can you find that?
I think it's on Netflix if I remember correctly. They were moving it to Netflix. If not, I'm sure it's on one of the many streaming platforms that we have today that we're paying just as much for all that as we would have for cable in the first place. But anyway, because yeah, like I remember very vividly. Okay.
Are you good? Yes.
Okay. I don't hear screaming, so I assume we're okay. AR Fox and Swerves, who was kill shot over in Lucha Underground, like their thing was amazing.
Okay.
So like I'd love to go back and watch that entire thing again because the whole story of like they were in the military together and like some shady shit happened and that's why Killshot's coming back to get rid of AR Fox. And,
Okay.
oh, it's such a good story. And it made them seem so important as adversaries. And then eventually they got together because they found out that Killshot was lied to, and it was a whole ass good story. I cannot say enough. Go watch Lucha Underground if you haven't, because it's such a good show. It's why it's one of my favorite belts right there. But anyway, as we close out the show, as we hit the penultimate episode of July, it's a good time to reflect on values that we've carried all throughout this month: freedom, inclusion, community, and that wrestling is for everyone. And that means continuing to build a space where every fan and performer feels seen and supported. July may be winding down, but the fight for belonging never takes a break. Let's finish the month strong together. I specifically want to point that out. Normally I'd roll right into our closing, but I do want to point out specifically, like a person that's been on the show, someone who's very close to our hearts. Kid Bandit has been doing a whole European tour. Been over there. I think she's talked about going to Spain. She's been to Scotland for a little bit.
I think she's in England right now or Germany and is out of merch. Has sold everything she took with her.
So she's doing wonderful out there. But one tweet that she said was really concerning to me, and that was people were asking her to like come back. Like, we want to see her back in the States. But she said specifically, like, it's hard for me to get booking out there because of what I am. And so she's being able to work so much more overseas because it's less of an issue. I hope that as we, not quick enough, near the end of the time period we're in, and as people start to wake up from the dream that they thought was happening that has now turned into a nightmare, that we start to ease up on those thoughts, ease up on those fears over something so minuscule when it comes to what we're afraid of. That people like her can make a good living, have a bunch of fun doing the things she loves to do. On that somber note, check us out on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, and sign up for the Kicking Out to Discord so you can drop your thoughts, share your faves, and keep this conversation going. Jillian, absolutely. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if Tori's pimped that out. We did an interview with her. It was so much fun. Go back and watch that. It was great. I'm hoping to get her back on when she gets back to the States. Me and her have messaged back a couple of times about it. So hopefully when she gets back from that tour, we'll get to catch her again. But anyway, in the meantime, and in between time, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.